Autobots, Decepticons, robots that transform into weapons and vehicles, locked in an eternal struggle for either peace or domination. Transformers were probably made for the boys in mind, but that is not to say some girls don't like them. The Singapore Transformers Fans Unite, or STFU, has a few females among their ranks, and coming into a predominantly male club, they had a lot to prove. Okay, you got your work cut out for you to prove your worth to STFU because A, you're a girl, and B, you're also one of the youngest members of STFU. Has it been hard to sort of hang around with all these old geeks?
Sometimes. I mean, sometimes, at one point in time, sometimes the mods would pick on me for saying stupid stuff. Yeah, they troll me and stuff like that, but after a while you kind of get used to it. These are the kind of people they are, and it's the kind of thing you have to get used to, I guess. But I don't think there's any problem with being a girl because ultimately, although Transformers was originally intended for guys, there are really a lot of fangirls, but maybe not here, but overseas. So also because Asian fangirls tend to be a little less confident about themselves than the American ones. There's a lot of examples, you can go ahead and find it. So because I interact more with the American girls, so I feel... Also because I also feel more confident of myself. You have to be able to be confident to cosplay, right? So I'm not going to let that sort of stand in the way for me being a Transformers fan, I guess.
Is it tough being one of the only few girls in a group like STFU?
It's very tough. The stereotype they have is that, oh, you like Bumblebee, you like the cute guys. Or the other common thing is when you go and pick up a toy, it's like, oh, that's a Transformer.
Right.
Yeah,
they think you don't know what the Transformer is.
You don't know until you actually pick it up and transform it and set it down in front of them, right. Which I've done.
So did you have to prove your worth in this group? Was it hard coming to the group surrounded by all these guys?
You have to prove yourself a little bit, yeah, especially if you're a girl, because they come in with this initial stereotype that you're a girl, you're just like Bumblebee, and that's it.
I'm so excited! Hey, I'm not taking you with me.
Can you sort of give me your impressions on the relationships you sort of formed with this group, and why do you think something like Transformers has sort of brought you guys together, a bunch of strangers essentially?
Yeah, because these guys are rare in that they're not just about the toys, they also care about the mythology, the stories and everything, so we always talk about that, discuss the episodes, the movies, what Michael Bay is doing wrong, how he's ruining the band.
And obviously we have to acknowledge the obvious that she's cosplaying as a Soundwave, so there's no surprises that Soundwave is your favourite character?
Actually, I chose Soundwave because the design was easy to imitate in a costume that wasn't full of cardboard or foam and that kind of things. Not only any of the crazy wheels and stuff, but yes, Soundwave is one of my favourite Decepticons. It's mostly Soundwave and Starscream, and standard as itself, my favourite character is Optimus Prime.
Why do you like Starscream or Soundwave so much?
I like Soundwave because he's kind of cool. Also because, I don't know, it sounds funny, but he's the closet daddy kind of character. Don't you think so? I mean, well, because he's supposed to be the really cool and quiet, dangerous, but he's got a bunch of kids, pets running around. So I thought it was quite an interesting character. And also, I think, like I said, the design's really cool. He may be a bit outdated, but he's still cool.
Joanna, how long have you been a Transformer collector or Transformer fan?
Oh, wow. A fan? I've been a fan since I was maybe 9 years old. Right. And I've been a collector since 2002. That makes about 10 years.
Wow. 10 years collecting? How big is your collection?
Over 500. I stopped counting after 500.
Okay, and what did your parents used to think when you started collecting a decade ago?
Nothing much. I paid for it with my own money, so they have nothing to say.
Okay.
They're resigned to it.
They have no choice in the matter, right?
No.
So how do you actually join this club?
Actually, the STFU is actually just a fan page for Singapore people who like Transformers. I actually found it because I found that a lot of people who like Transformers, especially the fangirls, right, they were all from the US. So I was trying to hunt for more Transformers fangirls. So I just searched it on Facebook, so I found STFU like that.
And you're actually one of the youngest members, 16 years old. When Transformers first came out, you probably weren't even born.
No, I wasn't. Actually, embarrassing as it sounds, I got into Transformers because of Revenge of the Fallen. It was a horrible movie, but it prompted me to go and search more on the rest of the Transformers lore.
Okay. It's really interesting that you got into Transformers so late in the game. What was actually the appeal to you to actually go back and watch a cartoon show essentially over 2 decades ago?
Actually, I really am not quite sure how that happened, because before that I was quite into anime and manga and all that kind of things, right? So I suppose it's quite a big jump from manga to American comics, because usually it's a very big divide. If I like manga, I hate American comics. But I think also partly because it's such a huge universe. I mean, for manga, it's just like, for example, like Naruto is just Naruto. But for Transformers, it goes really long way back. There's a lot of history behind it. There's a lot of, we'll say, culture as well. And the people, the fans, they're all really different people. And they also, like, the people who go from way back then, it's really different from people who just suddenly like us is popular and like, oh, it's so cool kind of thing. But it's like, it's a sort of a deep love for the fandom since a long time ago. So I thought it was really fascinating.
How about you? What's the reason why you fell in love with Transformers, which is associated with a lot of guys, basically, right?
Hey, girls can like cool cars too, no?
Yeah, sure. A lot of girls like cool cars, but not many of them like robots.
Especially cool cars that turn into hot robots.
You can find STFU on Facebook, and for more information on the upcoming Cybertron Con, check out the official website.